Welcome back everyone to another training week. Today you're watching the week of February 6th. This particular week I returned to a few different things. I decided after a lot of repetitions, probably by now about 10 reps of the 15.8 P-bar start value, I thought it was time to do some 16.2 routines in the case that I find myself in a final at the World Cups. So on Tuesday I went for it, and you will see it pretty shortly. Otherwise, I did send my first floor routine of the year, and in fact it was my first floor routine since the Commonwealth Games last year. Now, side note to floor, I've always had issues with patella tendonitis. I've always had quite bad knees, a full dislocation in my right leg, multiple subluxations in both my legs. And for those that have ever dislocated or subluxed their knees, one of the first things you're told is the more it happens, the more likely it is to happen again. So I started doing post-com games quite a structured leg conditioning program. Usually I'm really lazy with leg conditioning. I don't really do any leg conditioning. Sometimes I'll do some leg extensions because I found at a younger age when I did leg extensions it would help my patella tendonitis. So anyway, I've been doing a variety of exercises about twice a week. And when I came back to floor, I noticed it was easier. It's as if like I increased my strength a little bit, and it obviously would help you get a bit more explosiveness out of your quads. And it kind of makes sense. I stood up that layout punch double pike a few weeks ago, so I do have a little bit more to work with on floor. So all that to say, I was quite surprised with how it all went for my first routine. Up until this point, I don't even think I did any layout routines on the floor. I just kind of shot straight into the pit fit, where we do all of our tumbles onto the resi mat, run back and forth between each tumble. Then the other thing was, and this wasn't planned actually, it wasn't like a focus going into the week, but it was a focus because it was quite a surprise to me that I managed to get back the Magyar Cevado straight away when I tried it on Pommel. And I think there's two main factors that contributed to that. One was a consistent work on the single pommel, and just doing that 1 or 2 reps on the low single pommel seems to be enough for me. Of course, I'd like to build up to 5 or 10, but just doing those few weeks of single pommel work, I felt really comfortable in that Magyar Cevado that I tried on, might have been today on the Tuesday. So Tuesday I did the old warm-up P-bar, warm-up high bar, 1 touch P-bar, present, 1 touch high bar, present. And some interesting news. So yesterday I found out that in the first World Cup, they are switching around pommel horse and P-bars, which means I'll be doing P-bars on day 1 and high bar on day 2. Day 1 is going to be floor P-bar rings. Day 2 is going to be vault pommel horse high bar. That has happened in the past before. I have no idea why the competition is structured like that. Maybe something with the apparatuses between mag and wag not working out. But I guess it's good for me because I get one per day, which is a bit less stressful than doing both the same day. What I was planning to do was maybe throw a floor routine on day 1 to kind of ease myself into the competition adrenaline and get a feel for things before competing P-bar high bar day 2. But that is now, not ideal. I wouldn't want to do floor and P-bar on the same day. That's just too much. So here we have my 16.2 send. There hasn't been too many Makutas, if any, in the last few weeks. I've been focusing solely on getting more numbers of the 15.8, so this was the definition of a send. And that can help. Sometimes when you know you got nothing to lose, you're just giving it a try. You're not so worried about it. And in this case, it all came together. And there it is. Again, should have kept my shoulders slightly longer in front of my hands so that I didn't have to pike in that handstand. No, even the stutz was relatively clean. Boom. So I was really happy with that. I had, I think, a couple of judges look at it, Cameron and Gareth, and I was sitting at around the 14.7, 14.8 mark, which I think should be a finals worthy mark. But again, I'm not going to do the 16.2 in the qualifications. This week I thought it'd be good to come back to doing a basic set shortly after my routine. There you saw my one touch, and here is my routine. How did it go? Of course I know how it went, but I won't spoil it. Crispy clean. Probably a 0.1 leg split as I caught. That was probably a 0.3. And that's been the theme of this week. I'm still really focused on trying to keep my legs together on the Coleman. And yeah, the catch-ups have been a bit funny in the last couple of weeks. So I tried to shoot for quast handstand there and missed my hand. And that's what happens, you know, you try something new and you end up kind of messing up. But more often than not, after a couple of weeks, it kind of evens out. And I stuck this mount. Yeah, so actually this week we had a mock comp yesterday where Sam and I put our uniforms on, and I won't spoil how it went, but this week the quast went pretty much as good as it could have gone. And again, a basic set after the routine to work a bit extra fitness. So we got 1 week left. Today is Friday. We're leaving next Saturday. So my thoughts right now are to do another routine day on the Tuesday. And then after that, just taper off, do some skills, do some refinement. It's a nice double. I'll be twisting it pretty soon. So here's my first layer punch double front in routine over hard since Commonwealth Games. Oh, when was Commonwealth Games? July. So it's been half a year since I did one of those over hard. And it was easy, as you can tell. I didn't really struggle with it. If you remember anything about past years, usually I'll spend a few sessions landing on my butt before it gets better. And this week I got the 2.5 back in there. I think you remember the other week where I tried it. The whip was a bit short and I had to pull out at a double. Now, speaking of Commonwealth Games, that kit did finally arrive. I picked it up just last week, and Emma, who won the second place of the giveaway, did get his second place prize. very, very late, 6 months after the giveaway results were announced. So I was a bit slow there, but there was nothing I could do about it. The uniform was shipped back on a boat, which took a very, very long time. But yeah, a belated congratulations to the giveaway winners once again. Maybe in the next giveaway it won't take half a year, so my bad. And here it is, a Magyar Savaro, more difficult for me than probably all of my high bar releases combined. And I went all the way through and the fitness didn't feel bad, so Peter Nichols's Pommel horse system is coming in handy. I think I might have even included it in the video. Oh, okay, so I did it from my first 2 skills, which is smart. I don't think I've done it this week like that. So yeah, so I maxed out on the leather. That probably wouldn't have been much more than 20, if that. And then I max out on the handles. How many did we do? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2-time Olympian does 10 circles for his max rep. I'm not embarrassed. I'm not ashamed. But I would like to be able to do a few more. You know what we haven't been doing lately, fam? We haven't been doing any flares. I've been kind of slacking on the flares. I've been slacking on the Marises. But Maris, you know, I can understand. Right now, you know, you wake up and you know that your thing right now is routines. And you're prioritizing routines. And the entire organism, those were some nice legs on the Coleman. The entire organism, the entire body wants to just do the minimum amount to keep itself sustained, to keep itself alive and ready for competition. So you'll notice that the height has decreased, and I've started doing less numbers. But am I gonna give up? No, I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna continue working it. Someone DM'd me on it on Instagram, maybe Ruben or something like that, and predicted that I would catch in March. So either, oh, that's right, the double whammy, 2 near-death experiences in 1 turn. So anyway, someone predicted that I would catch in March. And what are we at today? Today we are at February 17th. Yeah. It's possible, I think, to still catch this month. And I reckon, unless I'm feeling like quite nervous about it, I think I will do a couple over there at the World Cups, just in the regular training sessions. Sometimes a little bit of extra adrenaline, an extra pair of eyes on you can help get you a little bit higher and provide a bit more incentive to get that bloody second hand on the bar, fam. You know, this rice sport lady, she ghosted me. These guards are getting so long. The Zoli men's are getting really scary at the end. I've started putting my bandages a little bit lower down my wrist to keep my guard from sliding up. Once the guard slides up in the routine, it's really, really hard to hold on in one-arm skills. So I actually got a bit nervous about it yesterday, but sliding the bandages down was a good help. So there you have it. That's where I'm at right now. Thanks for sticking with us. Till next time.